A woman was filming a deer in her yard, but the deer clearly didn't like it and decided to break her window. A man caught a huge white hammer and tried to lift it up for a photo. But something didn't go as planned. Riva's tail strike hit the target right on. How can you quickly run a wire under your terrace? Learn from this girl. All you need is a cat and a few treats. A stray dog in Turkey became famous after using a car wash to rub and wash its back. The dog lives near this gas station and she gives herself this kind of body massage regularly. People managed to film a mongoose attacking a large cobra right from their car. The snake took a defensive stance and tried to protect itself, but the mongoose immobilized its prey with a single precise bite and quickly carried it away. And here's how different animals behave in zero gravity. It looks very funny. How does this dog manage to support the weight of such a big girl? Now everything is clear. The woman gave each of her dogs a sausage, but the cleverest and fastest turned out to be the smallest one. During the rut, this deer was so focused on chasing the female that he couldn't jump over the fence properly and flipped over. But he immediately got up and continued the chase. The brakes on this horse clearly didn't work, but the car suffered the most. Next up is a recent attack. A hippopotamus attacking a boat with tourists. The aggressive animal was simply protecting its own, and it managed to catch up and damage the engine. Now they'll have to row with paddles. This goat got stuck in the swamp and was making very funny panicked noises. The man managed to rescue it. Fairly quickly too. A puma charges at full speed into a large herd of deer and brings down the smallest one. The mother deer tries to protect her baby, but she doesn't succeed. When everyone scattered, the mother deer came back to try to save her baby, but when the puma attacked her as well, she immediately ran away. Here you can see the rescue of 4 goats that got stuck on a mountainside and stayed there for almost 2 weeks. Rescuers arrived after numerous calls from local residents and saved the unfortunate goats. And now, here are some incredibly funny and unexpected attacks by playful cats on their favorite prey, the glowing television screen. And this guy discovered a bunch of bats under his windowsill. Yes, living with neighbors like that isn't very pleasant. This little bird waited a long time for its prey over the water, but in the end the fish ended up in its beak. This mother elephant had no idea about the hidden danger as she led her calves to quench their thirst. Suddenly she realized the full risk, but the lions had already started to show interest in her, their attention. The elephant tried as best she could to drive the lions away, but they managed to surround her. Making a bold attack to chase off the predators, she left her calf unattended for a moment. The lions immediately took advantage of this and dragged one of the calves away. The elephant did not give chase, realizing the danger to her other calf. The predators tried to attack the other one as well, but fortunately, the mother returned in time. The observation ended with the elephant and her surviving calf managing to escape. It's the first time I've seen a person who is already so afraid of cats. A brave Chihuahua decided to hunt a rooster, but all he managed to do was get knocked out by a street lamp. A foolish squirrel decided to rest on a branch right next to the pond. A gray heron immediately took advantage of the opportunity. On a beach in Turkey, a cunning cat crept up close to a pigeon and sat in her ambush for 30 seconds. And here comes the moment of attack. The cat caught the bird and immediately let it go. I think she was full, and for her this wasn't hunting, just entertainment. This funny bear begged for food better than anyone else and quickly paid the price for it. When it's snake season in California, you can run into them anywhere. This guy was almost bitten by a snake that was lying in wait for him at his front door. A small crocodile made a big mistake when it decided to swim with sharks. After a juicy bite, the crocodile swam away in a complete panic. Luck smiled on the dog on the boat. The fish jumped right out of the water to her. The little dog turned out to be very timid. He didn't dare touch the fish himself and called for his owner. A man heard strange sounds coming from a drain pipe and saw a mother cat rescuing her newborn kittens from a flooded sewer. The cat tried to get all the kittens out as quickly as possible, one after another. Even when the man tried to stop her because of the danger of drowning, she wouldn't rest until she had carried them all out. Inspired by the bravery of this cat, the man decided to take them all home with him. A park visitor in South Dakota filmed a snake den in the grass. It's clear that there are a lot of them there. They're afraid of people and only allow themselves to stick their heads out to observe what's happening around them. They couldn't manage to ride this steed, but it did the coolest somersault of its life. The white Labrador was simply shocked when it saw the robot dog. This farmer has clearly overfed his sheep, and if they accidentally roll onto their backs, they can't get up on their own, they have to be rescued. This guy decided to attract the attention of the emus in a very unusual way. After turning onto his back, he started pretending to ride a bicycle. Naturally, the birds came closer to see what was so unusual. The lioness held on to this zebra for quite a while, but the zebra didn't give up and fought back desperately. The zebra still managed to break free and escape. I definitely didn't expect an escape from a bear like this. Maybe it's a firefighter bear, but his jump turned out to be very impressive. A jellyfish called the Portuguese man-o-war was washed up on the shore. The sea snails were right there and pounced on the food as a whole gang. People on the beach filmed what seemed to be an osprey drowning, but it turned out she just had a lucky catch today. These are the last seconds of this large mosquito's life. The spider's attack was lightning fast and merciless. The dog got scared of the bench and decided to drag it along the street. A caring mother cow helps her friend protect the newborn calf from a human. Fortunately, no one was hurt and no one else approached the calf. Do not leave your dogs in the car during an automatic car wash. It somehow rolled down the window, so now they'll have to clean the inside as well. At first, the zebra was lucky enough to dodge the attack, but when a second lioness joined the chase, there was no way it could escape. The man installed an electric fence around his beehives, so now all the bear's attempts to feast on the delicious honey have been unsuccessful. This hawk regularly visits the bird bath, but he doesn't come here to drink water, he just comes to wash up, and it looks pretty funny. A crocodile decided to snack on a shark that a fisherman had just pulled ashore. After receiving a solid blow to its impudent snout, it quickly disappeared back into the water. Hippos are very territorial creatures that defend their habitats from outsiders. So the zebras in the river were clearly bothering them, but as it turned out, by scaring off the striped hoofed animals, the hippos actually saved their lives because the crocodile was already very close. A roe deer got stuck in a metal gate. People came to the rescue and managed to free her successfully in just 5 minutes. Sand glowing from some kind of microorganisms looks stunning. A clever dog learned to drive a children's tractor, and what's more, she does it with one paw and in total relaxation. This creature looks very much like a yellow autumn leaf, but in reality it's a mantis. The local bear confidently walks over to check the cars for any treats. He casually opens the car by the handle, rummages through the entire interior, and leaves. It's just a pity he forgot to close the door behind him. And this is what a colony of honey ants looks like. These large red spheres are reservoir ants. They store liquid carbohydrates in their abdomens to later feed the rest of the colony. Yes, that was a great idea for a prank. The man got really scared and even tried to defend himself with a hockey stick. This jealous bear decided to start a real fight over a female. The bears fought for quite a long time and fiercely, and both suffered serious injuries. It turns out that glass doors are dangerous not only for people but also for dogs. This orangutan clearly knows a thing or two about photography. The owner was shocked when she saw her parrot feeding the dog pasta. If you're too lazy to hunt, you can just steal a bag of chips from the counter. A ski instructor ran into a bear on the slope, which turned out to be very curious and started chasing him. The bear chased the man for several minutes, and when it lost interest, simply turned off into the forest. The man truly saved this kitten's life, as it had almost fallen into the elevator shaft. A wild fawn saw children having fun in a deep puddle and decided to play with them like a real dog. This is what it means to blend in with the crowd. It's almost impossible to spot him.